Hare Krishna, can you see the screen now?
Mm. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Jai, thank you. Sorry for any trouble or inconveniences that happened because I was trying to set everything up. Now we are good. Everything is good to go. Nice. So we'll have to do the pranam mantra. I think it's always good that I pray for myself at the same time you pray too, if you can. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालां पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातदं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारणं श्रीगुरुं दिनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम कीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय 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 श्री स्पन फाउंडर आचार्य ही डिवाइन मैसेज प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु अंग रंगा की जय निताई गौतम हरि हरि बोल Hare Krishna, welcome you all. Thank you so much. I think we are almost in the middle of Ishopanishad. So once Ishopanishad is done, then many of you would be very much done with this course. So a few more days to go. Today we are going to talk about verse number 8. And this verse is still in context of developing our spiritual vision. Sight. Sight to see things as they are. So we'll go through verse number 8. And while we are going through verse number 8, it's very important to remember that this verse is talking about who the Lord has divine qualities. Who can see this quality? Those who have understood that Lord has inconceivable potencies beyond our limited understanding and has come to the stage of Uttmadhikari, because unless and until we don't come to the stage of Uttmadhikari, we do not have the equal vision. And equal vision comes when we see things in relation to the Lord. Seeing things in relation to the world. I just remember the second verse of Chatusloki, where Krishna says a similar thing. Anyways, so we have to develop the vision of seeing things equally tough. How many of you are seeing things, like that? Are you seeing things like that? So let me go to this verse first. Verse number 8. He says, Sa prayagat chukramakyam akayam avarnam. So I will just read the word by word. Sa prayagat. Prayagat means pragya. the one who has knowledge. Chukram, akayam, kaya, akaya, varnam, avarnam. Chukram, akaya, avarnam, asnaviram, shuddham, apapabidham, kavir,
mm,
manishi, paribhuhu, स्वयंभूर यथा अतत थयतो अर्थान व्याधात चस्व अतिभयः संभयः. So these are all the qualities of Supreme Personality of Godhead mentioned here. And he says that such person, such qualified person, must factually know that Supreme Personality of Godhead is Chukram, omnipotent, Akayam, without material body, Avarnam, Varanam. So Varnam means also something that can be explained. Varnan, Avarnam, without fault. You cannot basically find any fault in him. Asnaviram, Aviram, vain. So, Lord, he does not have material body and he does not have veins. We have the veins, right? Shuddham, he should means there is no trace of impurity. Krishna does not have any impurity. Apap bidham, apap bidham, uncontaminated by sin or piety. So sin cannot contaminate him, or there is no piety, pious activity that he has to perform. Kavir, Kavir means here Prabhupada translated omniscient. Kavir means the one who knows, Manishi, intelligent, Manishi, that person who has very realized intelligence. Paribhuhu, he controls as Ishwar, and Swambhur, self-sufficient. His sufficiency, sufficiency is not dependent on anybody else. यथा अत्यथयतो अर्थन व्याधात शाश्वतीभ्य संभवः. Samvaya means he makes it happen. So here the translation is given. He has been fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial. So these are the quality of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shukram is omnipotent, or Kayam is without material body, or Varnam without faults, a Snaviram without veins, Suddham pure. So the first line of this verse is a such qualified person, right? So who are this qualified person? We have to go to previous verse 6 and 7. Sixth verse says, Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani evanupashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijigupsate. So this person who never hates or criticizes anyone. So this person, he never hates or criticizes anyone or anything. That's very good. And Sarvabhutesu Chatmanum. We're seeing super personality of guarded in all living. He's seeing things in presence of super personality of guarded. Atmani Anupashati, and he sees everything as himself. So this is one of the quality of that person. Who is this qualified person? Yes, to Sarvani Bhutani. He's looking at all living entity that they are part and parcel of supreme personality of Godhead. They all have come from Krishna. So he does not hate and he does not criticize. Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaya Abhut Bijanatah Tatra ko moha ka shoka ekatam anupashyata. This is the verse we completed um, last class. That in all living being, he sees Atmaiva Abhud. He sees Atma, soul. Sometimes we talk to people and they think that only human beings have soul. Other living being do not have soul. So on the platform of soul, they see that they are equal because there is some spiritual spark that is cause of their existence. Tatro ko moha kasuka. To that living being, there is no lamentation and there is no illusion. No moha, no illusion. Kasuka, there is no lamentation. So this is the person we called it last time, last two classes, that this is a very exalted quality. And this person is basically Uttamadhikari. So that person, such a person, must factually know who is omnipotent, Chukram, greatest of all, who does not have the material body. He is knower of everything and he is without one's reach or varnam. He does not have veins as we have. He is pure and uncontaminated. He is self-sufficient. Kavi, he is philosopher, and he has been fulfilling the desire of all living entity, time immemorial. So this is very much summarizes how a devotee should see Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's very much giving a nice definition of the Lord. So we'll go through the purport of this verse. Okay. So Prabhupada in the purport of this verse talks about Lord can walk with hand and accept things with leg. He doesn't have like we cannot walk with our hand and cannot accept things with our leg, right? But Lord can do it. And when we are worshipping, so some inconceivable potency of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Supreme Person is mentioned. He is complete whole. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Punat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamavasisyate. So he is complete whole, his mind, body, and himself all one and the same. And then he talks about Lord's Archa Vigraha. His form is not material form, but a poor person or a person mudha, poor fond of knowledge, cannot understand the omnipotency of Supreme Personality of Godhead. They think that Lord has a material body. So that's why this verse says that that person, a person who has developed the spiritual insight, he or she can understand who the Supreme Personality of Godhead is. Lord, as the last few segment of verses or few paragraph, he says that who has been fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial. Lord's award enjoyment to living entity as his mercy. One should know that merely qualification is not sufficient. Lord must sanction. So there are so many people who are of equal education, equal qualification, equal caliber, equal expertise, but still one is very rich and one is very poor. Or one is not as rich as the one another person. So richness is varying, although they have maybe more or less similar qualification. I was in IIT Kharagpur same time when Sundar Pichai was there. I was living in Vidyasagar Hall, BS Hall, and he was living in Krishna Hall, K Hall. Lean, thin guy, still is like that. Will go in the evening, play cricket. He would come. Many of his friends would come. Now the whole world knows who is Sundar Pichai, and and so many of his batchmates are not even close to him. They just have some ordinary job. They are getting paid whatever money they get, and Sundar Pichai is now CEO of such a big firm, right? So many of his batchmates has similar qualification that he has, but he is now CEO. So merely qualification is not sufficient. Lord must sanction it. Uptichanta anumanta bhokta bharta hari. One must know that Lord sanctions. Without his sanction, nothing will happen. This mere qualification is not sufficient. So who knows this? The one who is knower of those two qualities. Is what we have talked in verse number 6 and 7. Knower of those two verses, or essentially knowing the teaching that was presented in those two verses. Because Lord fulfills everyone's desire since time immemorial. Then, as usual, last few paragraph, Prabhupada talks about then what we have to do. Okay, Lord sanctions us. We know that our qualification is not sufficient? Should we beg Lord that, dear Lord, give us the bread, give us the house, give us the job, give us the money, make my son educated, make my daughter very educated? What we should do? Because now we know that Krishna fulfills everyone's desire, and not only in this body, but birth after birth, he has been doing. Not to only you, to only me, but to everybody. Because what we have today is not based on our qualification only. So, what we should beg? What should we beg? What one should beg? The Supreme Lord. One should beg liberation, mukti. And real liberation means going back to Godhead, Golok Vrindavan. अपुनर्भवत यत यत शायद भवत दर्शन यत शायद अपुनर्भव दर्शन. Queen Kunti Maharani says, विपदर्शन तो यत शायद तत्र तत्र जगतपते. My dear Lord, vipada santu yat shad. It's better. Give me the suffering. Why? When I see you, when I'm seeing you, bhavad means you. Darshanam yat shad. Apunar. I don't have to see the repeated birth and death. So begging for some short-term return is not wise, not shine of intelligence. Rather, begging to give ultimate salvation, ultimate mukti. Because Lord can do it. It's not that when Lord removes our sin or somebody else's sins or somebody else's sins, then it's getting from one trash bag and going to the another one. Oh, I dropped all of my sin. So my sin is now back to Krishna. Krishna has all of that, It's not like that. When Krishna purifies us, although we will be the most sinner, like Jagai and Madhai. That sin does not make Krishna contaminated. So he is always Shuddh, pure. Antiseptic word is being used here for the context. And apap vidham. He does not incur or accumulates your pap, my pap, my pap and devotees, other devotees pap. Krishna has withdrawn all of the pap, so he has more pap now. It's not like that. It just evaporates. And the example Prabhupada gives a very famous example, extremely famous example. Many of you are aware that there are so much dirt, so much impurity on the earth planet. But you would see over the time, everything is clarified and is clean. And how that cleaning happens when sun comes in a sky due to heat and presence of sun, the impurity gets evaporated. It gets evaporated. it evaporates. But that evaporation does not contaminate sun. This example is very profound example, and it has been given in multiple contexts. So when plant is receiving energy of seed, energy of sun, sorry, it turns into bigger plant. So seed becomes seedlings, and seedling germinates and then turns into, you know, plant, and then finally bigger tree. And so throughout the process, sun is supplying the energy, nutrition, heat, and it's changing the plant from one stage or from one state to another state. Plant is proceeding, moving due to the process of photosynthesis, which is regulated by presence of light. So when in our life there is presence of Lord, exactly same thing happens. Seed is considered a stage where there is no functionality, there is no expression, there is no emotion. Sankuchitaha, completely contracted consciousness. Slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, it starts turning, and finally it gives fruit, and fruit is the result, ripened sweet fruit. So that fruit is nothing but the result of one's austerity, one's bhakti, which is going back to home, back to Krishna. So all of this transformation happens due to presence of sun. I think I had one picture here. This picture, that somewhere I had one picture showing. Yeah, this one. Plant receives light, and here this picture you see. As long as a very small seed, difference between seed and this matured plant, if you look at and if you compare, huge difference. Now this plant has potencies to have infinite many seeds. As you can see, not only that, it has grown up roots, it has nice stem, it has leaves, so all of that beautiful flower, right? So you can see it all started from a seed, and it transformed into bigger, grown up, matured plant. And earth, water, fire, air, ether, for sure, sun as light help in this process to grow. So that's the another way to see the importance of bhakti. In the process of bhakti, we might be in a very dull consciousness. Okay, our consciousness might not be very mature. But what's happening is with due course of time, it's turning, changing. Sometimes we call it transformation of one's consciousness. Here you can see, I am showing on the picture that how due to change of the weather, due to change of the environmental conditions, the plant is changing. In autumn there is nothing, you know, but then windy season comes. When spring comes, it gets leaves and flowers. And then after some time, wind comes and takes all that out, right? And then again, when season comes, it comes back. So this interaction that living entity has, that's called punarapi janmam, punarapi marnam. You are being carried away by the conditions that you are imposed into. Suffering, happiness. These four seasons are considered four different state of mind. But living entity, when they are engaged in the devotional service of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Shuddham and Apabhidham, then they make immense transformation in their consciousness. So, why we have to know this? We have to know this so that we don't beg for something which is transient. Rather, we beg that is eternal and strive for that eternity. And that happens when we are engaged in the process of bhakti. So that's the real vision. Pashyan apina pashyati. Who is seeing? The one who is seeing that way. That's the real seer. Because they are seeing the truth. If we are not seeing that way, then we are not seeing the truth. Which means Prabhupada is teaching through these verses that out of this material environment and surrounding that you and I are part of, choose a life of devotional service, choose a life of bhakti. That's the real saying. Because that will help you regain your eternity. Don't get pushed and pulled by the environment that is around you. So spiritual vision, that vision which help us get back to home, back to Krishna. So he is a person, some of the essential learning from this verse, he is a person with a beautiful form. He is unembodied and without parents. So this concept, Lord is a person, is highly emphasized in Gauriya literature, Brahmada Gauriya literature, highly emphasize this concept that God is a person. At the same time, when we say God is a person, suddenly, without any second thought, one would think that that person is like us. I'm going through this suffering. I have vein, I have blood, I have pus, I have all of that stuff. My eyesight is going down, my hearing is going down, my capability of walking is going like all the limitations that human body has. We start imposing. As soon as we hear that Lord is a person, we restrict our understanding. And then we say that very restricted understanding, very restricted. He is like us, he is like one of us. And that's not what we have to understand. That's why we went through all of these contradictions, inconceivable potencies of the Lord. We might not know everything, but He knows everything. How He knows everything? As Paramatma. I'm knower of my body only. Krishna knows everyone who is on the call and everyone who is all over the globe. He simultaneously knows
Mhm.
What's going on in you? What's going on with me? Where is your pain? Where is your pleasure? What is right? What is wrong? Right? So he is omniscient. He is knower of everything because he is the most powerful. And we should know that whatever we have right now is not just me and mine. It's all I have done it. I have, received it. I have earned it. It's not like that. It's also being blessed by Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Prabhu, means he is greatest, greater than all that is existing. Anyo, what is that statement saying? Mahatu Mahiyan. No, he is Mahiyan, Mahatu Mahiyan. He is Mahatu, greater than anything that is greater. That makes him greatest. And when we are thinking that, okay, Krishna is a person, which means when we offer the food, then he would eat. For sure, he would eat when you offer the food. But at the same time, he does not need, he's not dependent on your food. Muktaram Yaptapsam, Bhoktaram Yagtapsam, Sarvalokyam Maheshwaram. Suhridam Surabhutanam Gyatwamam Santim Rikshati. Shantim Rikshati. The living entity receives the peace when we know that our source and our proprietor, our master, Prabhu, is Supreme Lord, and He is the real enjoyer. If that understanding develop, then we get peace. It's not that anything that we do is making Krishna dependent on that. Krishna is independent on that. At the same time, He is dependent also because He does appreciate the endeavor that we are making towards Him. He is beyond our approach. Krishna is beyond our approach. Vedeshu, Vedeshu, Durlabha, through the pages of Veda, one cannot find him. You say that, okay, I know, I memorized, I have learned, I know the Veda, so I know Krishna. No, Vedeshu Durlabha. Durlabh means rare, something that is very, very difficult to obtain. Vedeshu Durlabha, Adurlabhau, Adurlabhau, Atma Bhakta. He is very difficult, very confidential, very, very confident through the Vedic teaching. But Adurlabhau is easily obtained by Atma Bhakta, by his devotee who are surrendered to him. Vedesu Durlabhau, Durlabhau Atma Bhakta. So we should understand both by our qualification, by Neti Neti process, by Gyan Yoga or by other process, Sankhya Yoga. We cannot find the reach of the Supreme Lord. But through bhakti, we can reach to him. We can know about him. That Supreme Lord is completely pure. He does not get contaminated by removing all the contamination that you and I have. He is always free and he can at the same time remove our contamination. So this verse very much teaching us about the process of bhakti. But then why it has to be emphasized? Question comes why it has to be emphasized? Because the similar verse can be taken by somebody else and given the wrong meaning. There is risk there too. Let's see why and how. It says that Akayam here. So Prabhupada says Akayam, Akaya. We are seeing this as a form which is not material. But somebody can say, oh, so Lord is omnipotent, but he does not have form. Right away, Brahmjyoti. Right? No, he does not have form. And what another thing that conforms? Oh, he does not have vein. So he does not have vein. He does not have material body. So he's Brahman. Okay. So to understand this verse, the
Mm.
way our acharyas have explained, we need some faith
Mm.
that what is being spoken here is coming from acharya, and that is the truth. Otherwise, your intelligence will say that is Prabhu here. It says Akayam. Does not have body. That means effulgence. You know, it does not have vein. That means his body is without his body is not material body. But someone say, oh no, without vein also means a body that does not have human feeling, human type of feeling, human type of emotion is beyond that. But one may say that see no vein, no body, that means he does not have a form, right? But Prabhupada, that's why Prabhupada, very first paragraph, Prabhupada is saying
Mm.
that he is a person, very profoundly. First statement. Let's first talk about him being a person before you start going and saying that, okay, he does not have vein and he does not have material body. He is a person, but this person does not have body and vein like the ordinary material person has. First and foremost, that has to be established. Lord form is not like your form or my form. Buddhamama vijanati manustanam. When I come, Mudha, person of poor fond of knowledge, think that Lord has come as a human. But that is not what the teachings are. Many people say many times you would hear most of the time. Oh, so how moral is this to have rasa dance with the wife of so many men? They start judging on their moral and immoral understanding. Oh, recently I heard somebody was saying, oh, that time there was no judicial. So Krishna could kill anybody and he can still stay free. Right now, if somebody kills somebody, they'll be put into the jail. Yeah, Duryodhana wanted to put Krishna into the jail, capture him when he went as a peace messenger to the kingdom of Hastinapur, and he proposed before battlefield of Kurukshetra began. He proposed a peace solution. That, hey, this is two family. I do not see any benefit unnecessarily. You win or lose. You are killing your own people. Don't do this. Krishna did say that. That time, Duryodhana didn't hear. No, no, no. We want these guys to be completely killed. We want these guys to be getting out of our kingdom. They are, you know, uh, poking in our eyes. We want them to be removed. Then I will have peace. Krishna insisted, don't think like that. Don't do that. Compromise. They are Kshatriya. Give them 5 villages. They'll be happy. I can't give them a land that is equivalent to needle's point, point of a needle. That much land I cannot give. And if you persist, I order my people to capture you. Did Duryodhana captured? Did Duryodhana capture Lord? No, he could not. So that's what it is. One should not think like that. One can capture. And if Krishna is killing, then there is some higher rule above him. It's not like that. Krishna himself is the judicial. Krishna himself is the judge, and he himself is all the laws, code of conduct. Whatever he does, that is the dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavata pranitaha. What is dharma? What Supreme Personality of Godhead does. So I would like to hear some questions, some realizations of all of you because we are going to conclude this section and then I will introduce a little bit about the segment of verses that we are going to see. So let's go back to this verse here and let you see, ask if you have any questions. Is it clear whatever I have been talking so far? Can
Mm.
somebody confirm that you understood what I have been talking?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
So let's have some discussion. I would like to have some discussion before I get into the next set of verses. Next theme.
Mm.
Anything anybody would like to share, ask?
So basically, I mean, what you have summarized, Prabhuji, is the last two, coming from the last two verses, which shows the qualities of a person who has this kind of a view of Krishna, a person who sees, and that is verse number 6 and 7. You have emphasized that one who always sees living entities as spiritual sparks. And then in the pre 6, it is said that the person sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord. So, such a person with such vision is given this ability in this verse. It is saying that he sees the all the different nice qualities of Lord, like omnipotence, like any part of his body can do anything. His transcendental body, and then Sachidananda Vigrah, and then without fault and no, yeah, again no material body and Shuddham without any trace of impurities, etc. One thing I could not fully grasp is Prabhuji when it says is beyond reproach,
Mm.
avaranam. So, dictionary meaning of reproach is basically it says address someone in such a way to express disapproval or disappointment. Um, but while I mean, a person in ignorance may express reproach, or
Mhm.
how do we understand it? Of course, he's
I mean, one of the very simple understanding of reapproach would be that he cannot buy a ticket and go to his abode. That's a very simple, very simplistic way of understanding. Like for example, in modern society, You would see Prabhupada when wrote this purport. At that time, people were going to moon and they were saying that they have been to moon. Prabhupada said that this is just the hoax because moon is far, far away from sun and nobody can go to moon. Right nowadays, you will see that people are buying ticket and going and getting married on some other, planet beyond Earth planet. Somewhere they are going. You see that, right? People are buying residence and all of that. So, in that sense, Krishna is beyond reproach. You cannot, doesn't matter how rich you are, if you think that I can buy a ticket and fly and go to Golok Vrindavan, you cannot go. And don't think that, that way. That's very simplistic way of understanding that Krishna is aboard Goloka, Evanivasati. Krishna where he resides, it's so far. Even with the speed of mind, Manogati, cannot take you there, which is the fastest. Mind can be anywhere, anything. Right now, I can close my eyes and I can think that Vaikuntha will be like that, but I don't really know how the Vaikuntha is. Sometimes I think when Bhakti, when Brahm Samhita says that his abode has no sun, no light, so I just sometimes, see that, how I sometimes just, envision that Golok Vrindavan might be like that. Krishna is there, some trees, you go and ask tree, Chintamani Vriksh, Kalp tree, give me some food, they'll give me food, I'll be like, something imaginations, right? But even with that imagination, it's incomplete, right? So that's what the meaning in a very quantitative way or even in a quality way, in both way. Quantitative way, you cannot just go, by buying the ticket, you can fly from India to America, America to some other planets, to other, places. But you cannot go like that. You cannot do like that with the abode of Krishna. So that is a very, you know,
So you broke the word re approach like that and explained it. And so you're saying that he's complete. But the reproach, it's the word, English word reproach means something else. I mean,
approach.
huh,
Yeah, it says the in Sanskrit word here is avarnam.
hmm,
So varnam means something that can be described, and avarnam means something. So I'm going with the Sanskrit meaning.
okay.
So here you are basically saying that reapproach means somebody who can be approached again, right?
If you say re approach, that is different. I mean,
Yeah, reapproach means somebody who we had approached to,
hmm.
and now we can approach to. We were with him, and we can easily, get to him.
That is
Point.
very interesting when you say that re approach, because we cannot, if we find fault in somebody, we cannot approach anyone. So avarnam means without any fault or without any material body or like subject to pains and pleasure. Because I'm looking at Veda base, clicking on the
Yeah.
word avarnam, it comes back with three meanings: without any fault, without material body, subject to pains and pleasure, as Srimad
Uh-huh.
Bhagavatam 8:527, and without reproach. But it's very interesting that when you say with approach, we cannot approach a person when we see fault in somebody.
So I would like to just read see if Prabhupada has spoken anything about that. I have to find that segment.
It is
Where
there,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji, like it is said in the purport, like I will just read that. So Krishna danced with the gopis without social restriction and without reproach. The gopis approached Krishna as a paramour, but their pure spiritual relationship was worshipped even by Lord Chaitanya, a strict sannyasi. That was given for that.
Hmm. In the purport, Mataji.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's what she's reading, right, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
That
So as
means beyond reproach is kind of you cannot criticize or blame so honest or perfect. I'm looking the English meaning also.
What is
Yeah.
the English meaning?
So beyond reproach means it's so good, honest, and perfect that they cannot be criticized or blamed for
Yeah,
anything.
that meaning I can take it. Yes, in this
Yes, that
context.
is the
Yes,
that is the meaning.
yes,
Yes.
yes. That meaning
And
I
it's a
could
full
take it.
word, two words, not one word. The
Yeah,
beyond reproach is kind of goes together. Both go together.
yeah. Avarnam means without fault.
Yeah, so it's so good, honest, or perfect
Yes,
that cannot be criticized or blamed
yes,
for anything.
yes. Avarnam can have multiple meaning. Yes, something that cannot be described. God is described here. Yeah, something that cannot be, factually, quantitatively presented. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2. No, 1 plus 1 can be 5 also, and 1 plus 1 can be negative also, right? There is no rules and regulations that can bind him or that can help us understand. Okay, now I got it. That type of thing. No, it's just our endeavor and His mercy.
Prabhuji, can I ask something?
Please,
So
everybody, please,
regarding
answer that question.
the next slide that we had, I was trying to connect to the six opulences that Krishna has.
Yeah,
Next slide, I think that's six qualities of Krishna, right?
yeah.
Being a human form, but again, he's in personal form, but not like a material body like us. How this I think looks like similar to the six opulences that we know about Krishna. All these are matching to those six opulences, or it different than the six opulences that we know.
Which
Like
one, Prabhu?
so here, the qualities of Krishna, like first is a personal form, and rest
Uh-huh.
all there are six. Looks like total seven, right here. So are these the opulences of the Krishna? I mean, trying to understand qualities versus the opulences.
Oh, so you are trying to say, if I understand correctly, that does this quality that we are seeing is matching with the six quality that Krishna has?
Right, right. Like
Oh, no,
all
no,
wealth,
no.
strength, fame.
This is just few qualities that is of mention here, and this is not. Krishna has infinite many quality. Okay, out of that quality, 64 qualities are principal quality. One should not think that Krishna has only 64 quality. Okay, this is prominent quality, but Krishna has anant quality. Okay, so that six opulences also that is given there. This is given by Prasar Muni, and he basically the main purpose of that six quality is to let human being know that you are pursuing wealth. Krishna has all wealth. You are pursuing strength. Krishna has all strength. You are pursuing beauty. Krishna has all beauty. You are pursuing name and fame. Krishna is all famous. You are pursuing beauty. Krishna has all beauty. There are people who are renounced, right? They just, people who are from Buddha school of theology, they think that control your desire and all the pain and pleasure of the material world will go because they are very renounced. But Krishna is the most renounced person, right? So these are just, the six opulences are not only that Krishna has bhaga. Bhaga means fortune. One means one possesses. So the one who possesses all fortune, and these fortune are the fortune that human beings are striving for. Okay, Prabhu. So these six qualities are just a comparative statement to present the position of supreme personality of Godhead. that God is beyond this. You are Purnamada Purnamida Punat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnada Purnamosisate. That verse encapsulates everything, everything, infinite many things, anything that you say. But these six are the qualities that human beings strive for. So, as a human being, you should strive for that person who is all opulence, all strong, all beauty, all famous, all powerful, all renounced, like that. That's just a way to present why Krishna should be the object of our worship. But Krishna has infinite meaning quality. So that is why here you cannot say that, okay, Prabhu, there are omnipotent material body without fault, without veins. These are mentioned here. So these are the only quality. No, there are so many quality that are not here. Krishna is grave. Krishna is truthful, right? Those are not here. So there are 20 qualities that you see in Bhagavad Gita, verse number 8 to 13. You know, those are not here. So that is not one-to-one comparison. It's just contextual qualities that are presented here for us to understand the that core concept that we are trying to understand here is that one should not be begging for anything that is transient, rather strive for eternity. Okay. So this is I understand your point. This is not like that. This is not one-to-one comparison.
All right, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. So it is kind of to give, like you said, comparing with the human form, human body, and the Lord, and then giving the comparison between the. That's what these are the quality as just put together.
So, what happens, that is also very important to understand. Shastra, scripture, when we have to understand, just by reading one or two page, we cannot understand the entire philosophy, right? When two persons are talking, they are talking in a particular context. They are talking on a particular topic, and they have a theme of discussion, right? If everything can be captured by Isopniषad, then we'll have only Isopniषad book. There will be no other books. Okay. So that's not how it is. So that is why we should not try to find answer of all the questions just in one book and one set of discussion. No, sometimes the discussion is more of a statement. Sometimes it infer to something. Sometimes it has hidden meaning. So there are, that's why there are multiple themes, multiple, examples, connotations to understand the the potencies, the opulence of Supreme Lord. And you would have heard that Shishnak, with thousands of his mouth, all the time he is trying to glorify the Supreme Lord. He is truthful, he is honest, he is sincere, he is grave, he is Kavi, he is Manishi, but still he cannot complete. So that's what Krishna is. Right? That Supreme Personality of Godhead is unlimited. His qualities are unlimited. That unlimited, infinite quality we can't even perceive or conceive. So when subjects are presented, it is presented in a particular flow. So we have to understand that flow. Okay. Once that is done, then you study something else, and then you put everything together to develop the higher understanding. So that's what it is. We cannot say that, okay, you know, only one verse or one. Yes, this in part talks about that complete truth. So part here, part there, part here, part there, part there, part there, part there. But all of that parts together, if we put together, that itself would be not even sufficient to know that Supreme Lord. That's how the Shastra is described. But some truth towards that ultimate. Okay. So that's also our num. We should not think that we can very nicely, explain varnam. We can explain the truth. supreme truth. Krishna is beyond all of these explanations and truth. But these are the way that we approach, we get closer to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is it making sense of what did what I wanted to say? Honorable Prabhu, did it make sense what I was wanted to say? Do you understand the
Yes,
concept?
yes, yes, yeah.
Okay. So that's why it's not like that that one context or one particular example tells everything about the Supreme Lord. No, 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 it's not like that. It is based on that connotation. When Sukadeva Goswami is talking to Parikshit Maharaj, that discussion went into uh, 12 cantos. But many times during the cantos, Sukadeva Goswami says that Krishna's quality cannot be described. He says that although I'm trying to explain it, but I find my word short to explain his qualities. So even 12th canto, we cannot say that all that Krishna has is presented in this 12th canto. No, he's beyond that. Okay, but by studying, at least we set ourselves for the understanding that he is the ultimate truth. He is the goal of our life. But most of his uh, qualities will reveal through the process of bhakti. Did I make sense? I don't want to confuse you too much. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, Prabhu? Satyanarayan Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. I think I got that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not, sometimes also, not all the discussions should be presented as a philosophy also. Not. Like, for example, you talk differently with your son. You talk differently with your wife. You talk differently with your mom and dad. Okay. When you are talking to your son, maybe you are talking mostly philosophy. Hey, don't do this. Be honest. Be sincere. Study very hard. But I don't think that you do like that with your mom, with your wife. No, wife has a different relation, different terms you use. You know, different emotion we exchange with wife, and mom and dad completely different emotion, right? So it's like that. So when two personalities are talking, when Shastra is presenting a certain uh, concept, it has to be understood the mood, how it's going, where it's going. So Ishopanishad is also a communication. It's presented. It's talk, and it's presented when two people are talking. My dear, this, that. If you have to do this, you have to do like this. You have to do like that. You have to do like that. But that is not all inclusive. Is some truth leading towards Lord, leading towards devotional service of Supreme Personality of Godhead. It making sense, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, so that's how we have to understand. And not everything we learn through the Bhakti Shastra. There are a lot of tons of information will be still untouched. But that also you have to learn in this context, in that way. Whatever you are learning, it's some truth towards that ultimate truth. Some knowledge towards that ultimate knowledge. It's like that. Okay. In the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has given multiple of his Vibhu, Vaibhava, opulences. He says that this is fragmental of my opulences. I just gave you few. Right? Do you agree with me,
Yes,
Mataji Prabhuji?
yes, Prabhu.
He doesn't say that, okay, these are all my opulences and there are no more opulence after this. He doesn't say that. He said this is just a part of my opulences. I'm just giving you fragmental part. This is just a fragment of all the opulences that I have. So we have to see like that. Don, and that
Yes.
also says that auranam, varnam. Don't We cannot encapsulate Krishna with particular definition. That's why is 1 plus 1 2 and is 1 plus 1 5 also. That's how it is. Anything else Last one.
So,
Share. You don't have to ask.
Yes.
You can share your realizations also.
Yeah. So when you're explaining this akayam, so the same way nirguna also explained is right, Prabhuji. Nirguna means without
Yeah. So
qualities.
what? So Nirguna is not here.
It's not here, but
Yeah.
it
But you are
Prabhupada
right.
explains that that is nirguna means not the material qualities.
Yeah. Guna. Yeah.
Guna. Yeah. So not the material qualities, but he has some
Beyond the guna.
beyond the guna.
So we all are within the gun, right? And guna means basically not guna, it's gun basically. Modes. Modes are passion, ignorance, and goodness. So we all are within this gun. And the highest of all of these gunas are goodness, right? But nirguna, Bhagwan is beyond these gunas. Suddha Sattva. So he's beyond this guna. And he's not that, okay, you are in the Suddha guna, then you got him. No, nothing like that. He is still, a stage away. So translation is given material quality, but you have to also understand what is the inherent meaning. Nirguna means he is not of any particular gun, one who is accomplished perfection, efficiency in all of this guna would say that I understand Krishna. No, 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 no. He is Vishuddha Shuddha Sattva Vishesh Atma. So yes, that is true in one sense. He has no material quality.
And another thing also I was connecting with the who sees the Lord. So you connected both seventh verse and eighth verse. So Bhagavad Gita verse also, and I think I'm connected to this verse. Vyomaham pasyati sarvatra sarvam
Yeah,
cha
Sarvamaya Vipassati. Yes.
tasyaham na panashyami
Not
sachame.
Satyame Prasati. Yeah, Parnasati. Yes.
Yeah, the translation. So it says that one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I never lost, nor he is ever lost to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, how when a devotee, I think you're explaining the Uttamadhikari sees the things at this level he sees, right, Prabhuji, so that he never lost to Krishna. You can
Wow.
understand.
Good
Yeah.
connection. Yes. Yeah, he is never, yes. He's always seeing Krishna. So one who sees Krishna everywhere, Krishna sees him everywhere too.
Mm.
Okay, so next we are going to discuss just few minutes and then we'll adjourn Vidya and Avidya. And just want to give you some background that knowledge and ignorance. Vidya means knowledge and avidya is ignorance. And we have to know both.
hmm,
We have to know both. What is avidya? To know what is vidya. Okay. So avidya, ignorance, is mostly Lord's Bahya Shakti. His external energy is avidya. So we don't want to be part of the external energy. So what we want to be part of? His internal potency, vidya. Okay. So that's the context. We'll talk more about it. Both we have to know. We have to know darkness to appreciate light. You cannot say that I like light, but there is no, okay, I turned it off. You cannot see my face. You have to know that this turning off the light will make me go blank. But if I turn on the light, you can see my face. So we have to know both, right? So we have to know avidya so that we can come out of it and go towards vidya, knowledge. Okay, so that's the theme we are going to get into. And from next class, we'll talk about. So there are total 18 verses in this Upanishad. And from next class, we'll start the 9 verse. 9, 10, 11. I think we're almost done now. So you should all make sure that your present and homework is being done. Some of you are sending me your homework assignment. Please make sure that's done. And also, you start thinking about what topic you want to talk, what topic you want to present to the class. You can make few slides and anything. You can pick up something from Upanishad or NOD or give a summary of everything that we have studied. That would be presentation. But after the exams, we'll request for your certificate. Once I have all the score, and then this presentation will go in parallel. So I think we are almost very close. Sorry, it took time, but I think we had cancelled so many classes also. I have been busy, and sometimes many of you are busy, but that's what it is. So Bimala Mataji, you have completed the entire course, right? So far you have been from the first
Yes,
module.
Prabhuji. Mhm.
Okay. So you are completing it, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah, it's very easy, you know. You just start and over the time before you get your second initiation, you are done. Slow and all you have to do, and it has been a good journey, you know. It is not
Yes.
that I gave you a lot of homework and not give you any understanding of what we are talking about. I hope somebody would have taught me Bhakti Shastri like this. Nobody taught me like that. They just sent me material. They said that do your homework and tell me when you want to give the exam. I did lot. I learned nothing. I did the homework wherever was the answer I found. I read that part. Nobody gave a presentation verse by verse. So time took, but you had a lot of learning. If you really learned everything as we have been talking, a lot of, as overall, just by hearing the whole, the broadness comes. It's broadening your mind. Like just we just talked about uh, this one very basic thing that every team has a certain flow. So that not all inclusive. That instruction itself broadens your understanding. Okay. So I should not be trying to get all inside at one place, but understand the context, understand the background, understand the flow of the discussion. And then when two persons are talking, they are talking logically, logical talk, something like that. So appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Let's meet next week. And if I find that the verse is short, then I might capture more than one verse. But for now, I think we are pretty good. Vanchkalpatarubhesha kripa sindhubheva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha. Sorry, Manohar Prabhu, I know you had to wait a little bit longer than Sadhujanand Prabhu, but you are
No,
almost finishing now.
thank you.
We are good only, Prabhu. We are learning. My
Yeah,
sister told
becoming
me
very nice.
because in India she learned Bhakti Shastri the same thing. They are not teaching this much. They are
Who
not
who
getting.
who learned?
My sister is also doing Bhakti Shastri in India, but she's telling when I said Prabhuji will explain me more in detail, she said no, we are not getting that much information from Bhakti Shastri.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
They are
so
just giving the exam, getting the certificate.
yes, Prabhu.
And same thing with Bhakti Bhava too. That's why I request that even if you are not going to get the certificate, you should come and hear.
Yeah,
It will give you the knowledge that is needed. But once you are done with this, some of you have told that once you finish Bhakti Shastri, because you are busy, you don't have time. I understand. But we should do it just for sake of hearing, okay? Amacharya Prabhu is talking, I'll just hear. That hearing will, you know, at least something will capture. I hear a lot. I try to hear a lot.
Yes.
Okay. Dandot pranams to everybody. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare
I'll
Krishna.
see you next Saturday. Hari Bol. Hari Bol Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Jyoti Mataji. Hari Bol.
Oh, Hare Krishna Prabhu.